Hefe. Care about number what the check say. I can't run, I can't hide from no nigga, no. I still wanna take my mama to the Poconos. Gotta buy on a house, $1 million row. Played it fair with these niggas, put me in a hole. I got scars, I'm still healing, don't nobody know. I've been living independent, beefing with my bro. It ain't even about the money, it's the principle. They say blood a little thicker, I ain't feel it though. I got problems on my handle, I'm a grown man. I don't wanna murder nothing, use the wrong hand. Niggas put you in your feelings, playing like your friend. She been rocking hard body, say she not a fan. Malibu, picking beats, meet me on the sand. I got flights chasing heights, I don't wanna land. Shit really hit different, niggas understand. But you should never make a statement on another man. Judge give a life sentence, make you understand. I can make 100 million sticking to the plan. 20,000 on my watch, 20 in my pants. Like a nigga hit a lick, do my money dance. Everything independent, needed in advance. Big sad motivation, I've been in a trance. Take a picture of me ballin', niggas in the stand. I've been making niggas bitter, they don't stand a chance. I can't run, I can't hide from no nigga, no.
What's the good old big deal with the good old people? It's your boy Young Ant Hefe. Don't care about number what the check say. Make sure you go ahead, like and subscribe, because it don't cost you nothing to press that button. And if you ring that notification bell, I'm going to bring you mail. What's the good old big deal with the good old people? It's Hot Topics with your boy Young Ant Hefe. And I'm here to deliver you another one like the other one. What's the good old big deal with the good old people, man? The recipient of Hot Topics is no other. You already know, man. It's a Diddy party, man. You know what I'm saying? You got Diddy, you know what I'm saying? We got Cassie mother, and we got one of the male sex workers, you know what I'm saying? So, yesterday, Cassie mother took the stand as well as a sex worker. And so, the reason why they wanted Cassie mother to take the stand, besides her being Cassie mother, is because she is someone that is privy to this information, and or someone that Cassie will go run and tell everything that was allegedly happened to. So the mother is tied up in this because she also had a situation with Diddy allegedly. Allegedly, when Diddy and Cassie stopped dating, I guess she started dating Kid Cudi at this time. So this got nothing to do with the trainer, you know what I'm saying? I guess through they falling out, you know, she probably had like a few male friends, you know what I'm saying, she was trying to try it with. But by way of the alleged Diddy, man, Diddy wasn't having it, man, you know what I'm saying? I'm hearing all type of stuff. They even talking about, you know what I'm saying, Kid Cudi car got blew up. It was something like, you know what I'm saying, like the mob would do, you know what I'm saying? Not saying Diddy did it. We don't know if the car had a malfunction or what was going on. But just, you know, opening up your mind, it was just seeming like whoever was dealing with her, it was ugly for them too. So the mother remember a situation where Diddy first found out that Cassie was dealing with Kid Cudi, and she basically, like Diddy, called her, probably knowing that Cassie didn't have the money, and or just wanted to implement her mama in there, and basically told the mama, like, it's going to be all bad for your daughter, you know what I'm saying? You know, I spent money on her, you know what I'm saying? She out with this dude, she doing this, she think I'm a sucker, she think Diddy going to go out like that. I'm not taking that. So what Diddy did, Diddy put the squeeze down on her, you feel me? And being that she was fearful for her daughter's life, this woman said that she took an equity loan out and $20,000 out on her home just to get a Diddy, to pay the Diddy, just to, you know what I'm saying, I guess for Diddy to feel some satisfaction or comfort or anything like that. But at the end of the day, these is women that he allegedly press and play on, and I don't even know what the mama has to do with anything, you know what I'm saying? But I guess, you know, with nobody off limits, you know what I'm saying, allegedly with Diddy, definitely if you was backing or behind Cassie. So the only crazy thing about this, she said she did take the loan out, but I guess probably when Diddy and Cassie got back on good terms, she definitely got the money back. You know what I'm saying? So that was just one of them tactics to unnerve her, and it seemed like to ruffle her feathers. You know what I'm saying? Knowing that she was going to tell her daughter and probably have Cassie running back. So if any of these acts are true, I can kind of to a degree see why after these forceful situations that she was explaining, why was she going back? You know what I'm saying? I guess she felt like he had that much power And the police yacht couldn't help her. You know what I'm saying? She was like, man, he at the top. He probably paying police off. So I guess he just felt like it was a need to just undergo what he wanted to put her through. Second, sex worker. Man, this is crazy work. So one of these other sex workers, they call this man the Punisher. So he said they call him the Punisher because of basketball. Like, what was you doing? Was you bruising, fouling people? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a cold name. That's like a porn name. You feel me? And you a sex worker. So he said that he was made to come to these private sections of the freak off, and basically he was getting paid to do what he was told. And it was a naked man in the room some of these times, and he was told not to pay attention in or look at this naked dude. But you know, curiosity killed the cat. So I guess in all this curiosity, it's like, why they don't want me to look at this dude? I guess he probably stole a few glimpses or whatever the case may be, and in fact found out that this was Sean Diddy Puffy Combs. And let's get into this content. Y'all know it's the halfway and the half effect. We're gonna commentate.
I'm Eva Pilgrim. Thanks for streaming with us. We could see a Grammy award-winning artist take the stand as soon as tomorrow in the sex trafficking and racketeering conspiracy trial against hip-hop mogul Sean Diddy Combs. We've learned prosecutors plan to call rapper Kid Cudi as soon as tomorrow. He briefly dated Cassie Ventura. That would be after the wide range of witnesses we saw today. Cassie Ventura's mom, Regina, testifying about her daughter's bruised body and the pictures she took after Diddy allegedly beat Cassie, saying she wanted to memorialize it. Ventura's mother also telling the jury she took out a loan to pay Combs a $20,000 that he demanded to recoup money that he had spent on her, saying she was scared for her daughter's safety. That money ultimately returned to her by Combs. Also taking the stand, the male escort known as the Punisher, a nickname he said he earned playing basketball. He went into graphic detail about an alleged sexual encounter with Ventura that included applying baby oil and a nude man in the room, a man he later knew to be Combs, telling the jury, "I was specifically told to not acknowledge him, try not to look at him." The jury also hearing about Combs' love for Heinz 57 ketchup from a former personal assistant, as prosecutors try to use his testimony to establish Diddy's leadership of an alleged criminal enterprise. Coming up, what he said about an alleged incident involving Combs and rival Suge Knight at a diner that made him feel like his life was in danger. Plus, Don Richard's attorney Lisa Bloom joins us after her client's big day in court. But first, let's start in Lower Manhattan, outside the federal courthouse. ABC News chief investigative correspondent Aaron Kotursky back there again today. Aaron, you were once again there in court. Cassie Ventura's mother, Regina, took the stand. What did she say?
Regina Ventura said she was physically sick by an email that her daughter had sent her just before Christmas in 2011. Eva, it indicated that Sean Combs was blackmailing her. Regina Ventura said this email, and the jury saw it, read that he was going to release 2 explicit tapes because Combs had found out she was dating Kid Cudi, and also threatened to harm both Cassie Ventura and Kid Cudi. And she said she became scared for her daughter's safety and agreed to send Combs $20,000 that he had apparently demanded to recoup some of the money that he had spent on Cassie. She said she took out a home equity loan to come up with the money and wired it according to instructions sent by Combs's bookkeeper. Now, Regina Ventura said the money ultimately came back, but this testimony backed up Cassie's assertion that she had, in effect, been blackmailed, and federal prosecutors said that blackmail was meant to coerce her into sexual acts.
Combs' former.
So as y'all see it right there, man, I ain't gonna even hold y'all, right? Man, I can hear Diddy right now. I can hear his voice like in my subconscious, in my mind, shouting, "Bitch, I need 20,000. She think it's a game." Like, I can hear him tripping, like going off on the mama. Mom, elderly woman, she's scared shitless. She don't know what's going on. Like, man, my daughter got in bed and got entangled with this black maniac. Like, it's crazy. Like, I know she like, damn, you ain't expecting this much money from the outside looking in to come with this much craziness that these people is alleging. And being that I'm following this trial, and every time I look into this trial and look at a different day of a trial date, it's something more crazier than the last date. Diddy had a lot of fetishes, man, and I don't know if that's by way of growing up and, you know what I'm saying, or just coming up through the gang, you know what I'm saying, obtaining money and, you know what I'm saying, becoming a habit his way. But they talking about Diddy was importing Heinz ketchup in. That's cold money right there. He out there in London. He out there in London, England, wherever he at, Paris. He ain't feeling whatever ketchup they got, that old English ketchup. He like, man, look, I need Heinz 57. We about to import this Heinz 57 in. Cold game. Amongst that, I hear the sex worker. That was a sex worker right there. Sex worker talking about he couldn't even look at Diddy. Well, obviously, they didn't have him under no contract or no NDA, because if they did, he breached that because he looked. They told you don't look. You was getting paid to come to the freak off, to do what you do, whether it was to have sex with Cassie, whether it was to jack off. Did nobody tell you to look at Diddy? That was the only incentive you had to follow, is don't look at the naked man in the room. And he still looked. So, on top of that, this is why I say they all over the place and they running all over the place, because it's just jumping from one thing to one thing. You know what I'm saying? This is supposed to have been about the testimony pertaining to Cassie's mother being blackmailed by Diddy and asked for that $20,000. Man, they talking about Suge Knight, talking about the night he seen Suge Knight, and, you know what I'm saying, got loaded up with weapons, was ready to take Suge Knight out. They talking about a CCE. I don't even think he was charged. I don't even think he has been charged with the CCE, continuing criminal enterprise. But it looked like if everything start failing or else don't work, that they might try to hit this man with a superseded indictment, and in fact try to hit him with a criminal enterprise, man. It's just crazy. He got too much money to be running a criminal enterprise. That's usually people, you know what I'm saying, that's on the illegal side. But we about to get back into the rest of this content, and y'all already know it's the halfway to half effect. We're going to commentate.
Also testified today. How did he describe what it was like working for Diddy?
David James's testimony was like some disjointed Pulp Fiction Quentin Tarantino film, even, because there was the time where he bought an 8-ball of cocaine off a yacht in Miami, and there he was driving Sean Combs to confront his rival record producer Suge Knight at Mel's Diner in Los Angeles. And the other time when he walked into a freak-off and saw Cassie Ventura lying motionless on her back, when, as before, he said he had only saw her sleeping on her side when he used to walk in and wake up Cassie and Sean Combs to start their day. He talked about how exacting it could be to work for Sean Combs, how exhausting the 7-day work weeks were routine. And he talked about all the things he was meant to keep for Sean Combs. He remembered traveling in London, and Combs didn't like the taste of ketchup in the UK, so he had to have Heinz 57. He talked about stocking baby oil and Astroglide lubricant in hotel rooms for Sean Combs.
I also have to ask you, Aaron, about the Punisher. He was one of the people who took the stand today. He actually wrote a book that details some of his experiences with Diddy and Cassie. What did he tell the jury?
The book is called In Search of Frozen Meat, and it apparently is now on Amazon, the #1 best-selling book about male impotence. And he talked about erectile dysfunction and his belief that receiving a penile implant is the solution. This testimony, though, really focused on the 8 to 12 times that he said he was called by Cassie Ventura, who for most of the time he knew as a woman named Janet, where he was called to create a sexual scene, as he described it. And eventually, what started with rubbing baby oil on one another became more sexual. He talked about one time where he and Cassie Ventura had performed oral sex. Sean Combs threw a box of condoms on the couch and said, "Go ahead," and indicated that he wanted Hayes, Sheree Hayes, his real name, to have intercourse with Cassie Ventura.
The last witness of the day, curious to ask you about this, was a federal agent. What did he show the jury?
He showed the jury items that he said were seized from Sean Combs' Miami Beach home, including 2 AR-15 style rifles that were pulled off a shelving unit in the main bedroom, and they were intermingled with baby oil, with Astroglide lubricant, with lingerie, and with 7-inch platform heels, all on the same shelves. The upper receiver for the weapon was found wrapped in a towel. The lower receiver was found in a box with ammunition.
Aaron Katursky for us again at the courthouse. Aaron, thank you so much. Let's bring in ABC News legal contributor.
Some of this shit that you hear, I can't even format to wrap my mind around. You feel me? But what I would like to say pertaining to this situation, because a lot of this shit, y'all know, man, I'm not buying. Do I believe the man guilty? As I keep on telling y'all, it ain't for me to say is who the hell guilty. Now, I am not the court of law. Do I believe he's a big freak? Absolutely. Definitely believe he's a big freak. You know what I'm saying? And he can't control his freak pro will. You know what I'm saying? Now, what I'd like to get into is this sex worker that called himself the Punisher. You know what I'm saying? This erectile dysfunction, penis pumps, you know what I'm saying? Surgeries and all this crazy stuff. I don't even understand. If this is true, Diddy's a weirdo. I don't even understand. Like, you got this from the wrong type of person. This, like, by nature, harming this, and I'm not blaming this on no race and no nothing like this. This is not black people shit. The shit he doing, this is like cult type shit. We not cult type people. This not black people type shit. I don't know who spun this on this man, or who put this on this man, or who put it on the person that put it on him before them. But this is cold work. In fact, if this true, man, what dude wants to like you like? I guess it's just like this is just the unless it's just the swinger type thing. Like he's one of those type people too. Like, I mean, I guess I can understand. You know, to the public from the outside looking in, you would probably think Cassie was his thing. His, you know, his everything, his main squeeze. But to Diddy, it just seemed like, you know, she was a piece of meat. He was using her like a sex slave and a sex worker too, and hiring sex workers to have sex with her while he watching it. Like, shit crazy, man. You might as well just watch some porn, but I guess people with that much money, like, ain't no need for me to watch porn. I can make porn, you know what I'm saying, in front of me. I can watch it in front of me and then watch your girl getting hit by the sex worker. And he say it started off originally with them just, you know, rubbing baby oil on each other. That shit is born. Like, so you just hiring people to rub baby oil on each other naked. Like, yeah, that's too much money, man, to get these, man. I guess too much, man, yeah. That's the type of shit that gets you off. That is crazy. Now the sex worker, he shouldn't even be credible, though, because you was paid for these sexual acts. You were a sex worker. They should lock your ass up.
Criminal defense attorney and former prosecutor Bernarda Villalona, who was in the courtroom today. Wow, there's a lot to unpack here. Any standout moments to you?
Definitely a roller coaster of a day today in terms of emotion, in terms of testimony, in terms of, we heard from the escort, I guess, male performer. We heard from the mom. We heard from the agent. But let's start with the most important part. We heard from Cassie Ventura's mother. Cassie Ventura's mother, can I tell you how soft-spoken she is, just like her daughter. But she was testifying with so much pain that you can see and hear in her voice. When she said, I was scared for my daughter's safety, literally the jurors were taking notes and were like literally hanging at her every word because she came off so credible and so emotional. You can tell the genuine fear that she had for her daughter and for what Sean Combs was doing to her. But most importantly, when they pointed to this email that Cassie has sent to her mother, and from the email about sexually explicit videos possibly being released. And then shortly thereafter, there was a demand from Sean Combs for $20,000. And if you don't give the $20,000, then we're going to release these videos. But add on to that is the injuries that for the first time she saw her daughter, and her daughter actually telling her that it was the hands of Sean Combs. So why is this important? Because it goes to extortion. It goes to the coercion. Next up, having to deal with Suge Knight and Sean Combs. Eva, we're talking about riding dirty.
His assistant
brought this up, that there was a point in time that he had went to a diner. In that diner, they saw Suge Knight. After that, they went straight back to the home. And when they went back to the home, that Sean Combs and Cassie were outside, and Sean Combs gets in the car. When he turns around in the car, he sees Sean Combs with 3 firearms in his lap, and that he was saying to, not going to say the words, but to drive down to the diner, in essence, to go ahead and shoot Suge Knight. That right there was a moment where, for the first time, we saw actual testimony, and her testimony of what Sean Combs is capable of allegedly going out there to try to execute Suge Knight. However, I have to note that the defense did an excellent job in the sense of trying to bring doubt to his testimony, to his credibility. Are you sure? Are you sure this is what happened? So the defense may have something up their sleeve in the sense to discredit that testimony, having to deal with the alleged shooting that was about to transpire with Suge Knight.
We have to talk more, too, about this exotic dancer, performer, the Punisher. He testified several times by Sean Combs and Cassie Ventura to create, quote, a sexy scene, I think is how it was described. Why does he matter as a witness?
So in terms of why he matters as a witness, there's strength in numbers. So remember that the
Lock your fake Charles Barkley looking ass up, walking into that courtroom trying to come with all these sex escapades and want to tell now. Your ass wasn't telling when that money was good and you was lubing up. Your ass wasn't telling in. Now you writing best-selling books and want to try to come tell on P. Diddy after your ass and got paid and was enjoying all these sex escapades. Now you trying to act like you Team Cassie and act like you feel bad for what's going on. Man, I ain't buying that shit. Now, third, what the hell do Diddy got going on in this match? So they say he got 2 AR-15 style rifles entangled like in baby oil with lubricant around with some lingerie and like some 7-inch heels, man. So it's like Puff Daddy mind, like his mind is like unlimited. Like when it comes to just like pole wells and sexual thinking, I ain't never seen nobody implement no gun in sex. Like that's crazy. That's dangerous. Like only time I probably heard a gun implemented in some sex unless somebody was taking something. Like that's like kind of like you trying to pull the R game, but he making it sexual with the rifles. Lick the rifle. You know what I'm saying? Like he lubricating the right. Oh, it's crazy, man. But we about to get back into the last bit of this content pertaining to what the mother had to say and stuff like that. And y'all already know, man, it's the halfway to half effect. We're gonna commentate. So this is in fact an ugly case, and I'm not on nobody's side. I'm not on Diddy's side. I'm not on Cassie's side, because at the end of the day, I don't know what the hell happened. Yeah, it's sad. It looks sadistic with the mother getting up there because she's an elderly woman. And in fact, if she did go through this that Diddy put her through, he's a piece of shit and deserve, you know what I'm saying, whatever Allah wants to send down upon him. You know what I'm saying? We're going to just leave that there. But we also know, and if you don't know, if you's not a person have not been in that court of law and have been going through them jails and have faced them people, you don't understand that the evil that they would do. Like, yeah, we got Diddy on the stand, Diddy looking evil, but you can't forget the pro wells that them courts, you know what I'm saying, bestow upon people and the evil that they can be at times. It just is what it is. I've been through that system, you know what I'm saying, and how they get out, and it's not fair, you know what I'm saying, a good percentage at a time, you know what I'm saying. It's not fair, a good percentage at a time, and life ain't fair, you know what I'm saying, and that's how they look at it, and that's what they gonna tell you. But these are the people that's here in this courtroom, that runs this courtroom, that's passing out justice, or what's said to be justice. The justice that they serve. But yeah, man, like it ain't even really nothing else to be said. If he did in fact get at the mama like that, Diddy a cold piece of ish, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is, man. You don't drag that older lady in there just because you mad at Kid Cudi. You know what I'm saying? You mad at Kid Cudi, so you want to put out the sex escapade tapes. And just because the mother don't want her daughter to have a certain look across the world in our nation, she's taking equity out on our house. Cassie ain't even got $20,000, and Kid Cudi probably for damn sure ain't about to come up with that $20,000. This is a new relationship, new girlfriend, man. You coming with Diddy problems? You know what, man? I'll just get up out your way. You know what I'm saying? Just get up out your way, because obviously, until she finally filed charges, which if all this stuff was going on, she should have been dead. She was in fact Diddy's sex slave as well, regardless whatever relationship she was in and what dude she was with. Whenever Diddy came calling, she was crawling back. She was crawling back. And the prosecution is taking note of this too. But like as you see it, as this trial play out, I guess when you got that much money and power, it gets scary to where people don't want to go to the police, you know what I'm saying, or think about going, or don't think about going to the police, you know what I'm saying, until they just finally and had enough and have to go to the police and try their hand and see what's what. So, y'all heard what's going on. That's some insight for y'all. A look into the trial. What today is? Today is Wednesday. I'm pretty sure it's going on today. We don't know when they're gonna take a break. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I got for y'all, and I'm gonna conclude it there, man. It's your boy Younger and Hefe. Don't care about number what the check say. Make sure you go ahead and like and subscribe, because it don't cost you nothing to press that button. And if you ring that notification bell, I'm gonna bring you mail.
Keeping it real and showing love, absolutely free. Still some of the hardest shit for a lot of you bitch ass niggas to do. So if you ain't a bitch ass nigga, let me see you keep it real and show me some love and share this post right here, cake ass nigga.